How does economic regulation affect businesses in a mixed economy? Imagine a world where businesses are free to make their own choices but still have rules to follow. That's what a mixed economy is all about. It combines free market ideas with government involvement. Most countries, including the United States, use this system. Businesses can start up, compete, and try to make profits. But the government also steps in to set rules and keep things fair. Regulation influences how businesses operate in many ways. For example, environmental rules requiring companies to reduce pollution and properly handle waste. This means factories can't just dump chemicals into rivers to save money. They have to follow strict standards, which might cost more but protect the environment. Labor laws set safety standards, minimum wages, and limits on working hours. These rules help workers but can also increase costs for businesses. Regulations also control prices in some industries. Governments might tax cigarettes heavily to discourage smoking, making them more expensive. They also regulate prices for essential services like electricity, water, and gas to keep them affordable. While this helps consumers, it can limit how much profit companies in these sectors can make. Another important role of regulation is stopping big companies from unfairly pushing out smaller competitors. Laws called antitrust laws prevent monopolies and promote fair competition. This means consumers get better prices and more choices because no one company can dominate the market unfairly. Finding the right balance is key. Too many rules can slow down business growth and innovation. Companies spend more time and money on compliance instead of creating new products. But too few rules can lead to pollution, unsafe working conditions, and unfair practices that hurt society. Different countries handle this balance differently. Countries like Sweden and Norway have many regulations and high taxes, but also provide strong social programs. The United States has fewer rules in some areas, but still enforces environmental and safety laws. Germany's social market economy aims for steady growth while protecting workers and providing public services. Regulations impact different types of businesses in various ways. Small startups might find it harder to keep up with compliance costs because they don't have large legal teams. Big companies usually have departments dedicated to understanding and following rules. Industries like banking, pharmaceuticals, and utilities face strict oversight because they directly affect public safety and health. Tech companies and retail stores often face fewer restrictions. Industries owned or heavily regulated by the government, like public transportation and water systems, operate under direct control. These services might not be as profitable but are essential for everyone. Taxes are another form of regulation that influences business decisions. Higher taxes on large companies fund public services like schools and roads. While taxes cut into profits, they help build the infrastructure and educated workforce businesses relying on. Sometimes governments offer tax breaks or subsidies to encourage investment in certain industries or areas. From a teen's point of view, regulations exist because markets don't always work perfectly. Some companies might pollute or pay workers unfair wages to save money. Rules help protect people, the environment, and ensure fair play. They prevent powerful companies from using unfair tactics to push out smaller competitors. In real life, regulation creates a system where businesses can compete freely but within boundaries that protect society. Companies must follow rules about safety, pollution, and fair competition. They adapt by including compliance costs in their budgets and planning. Some regulations push companies to innovate, like developing cleaner technologies to meet environmental standards. Others set minimum standards that all must meet. How well regulation works depends on how strictly governments enforce the rules and whether those rules really achieve their goals. Good regulation protects society without blocking business growth. Poor regulation either fails to protect or becomes so burdensome that it stops economic activity. That's why policymakers and business leaders constantly debate which rules are best and which need changing.